Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Chaos Child, and we're just picking up where we left off, obviously, because that's what we always do, but also we were a couple of lines into the next scene, and I was like, shit, we're over time, so, anyway, yada yada, here we are. Also, I think that's the only, delusion in Carduceus' route, because when I closed out of the game and everything like that, and I went to, like, power down my PlayStation, like, there was a, what's the word I'm looking for? You'd think it's a Monday, but it's not. It's not, but it feels like a damn Monday right now with the words, and I can't think. There was an achievement for see all positive delusions, and if she had any other delusions, I wouldn't have seen all positive ones, would I? You know what I'm saying? So it leads me to believe it's the only one in her route. So I don't know what that means. Not like it makes a difference, you know what I mean? Because she only has one ending, but I don't know if that means that, like, we're halfway through her route, or she got 5 minutes, or we still have 6 hours. Like, I don't know. But anyway, just figured I'd throw that out there, so.
Anyway, I guess starting tomorrow we're going to have to cut back, huh?
Nono sounded kind of happy. She'd been like that for as long as I'd known her. The worse a problem got, the more excited she was to solve it. That was one of the reasons everyone counted on her so much. She could come solve all my damn problems. It was a phone call, but my phone was silent in my pocket. Which meant...
Sorry, it's me.
Nono took her phone out and looked at the screen, then put it back in her bag. Who was that?
Curious?
No, just... you didn't answer it.
It was from Kawahara.
Kawahara?
Yeah, he calls sometimes and asks me when I'm coming back to school.
What?
Nothing.
Like, it's like, oh, are you jealous? She should be with Kawahara. Like, let's be real. We're not even on the same fucking bookshelf, let alone in the same book, let alone in the same fucking library with her, okay? Like, we're perfect as siblings, but otherwise, like, I just don't see it, you know? Maybe it's just me personally, but also it works too well, her being, like, our sibling that will always be there to support type of a thing than, like...
A high school relationship.
That's, like... Sorry, not everybody marries their high school sweetheart. Most people don't. Like, that's not, like, a super common thing. It's a little odd, so... Like... I mean, I know there are a lot of people that have, but there's more people that haven't, you know? Like... So, it's weird. I get that we're forced into the situation where we're acting like parents, but you'd think that may make us be more like, yeah, no, this is weird. I don't think we should just date for that. Like, it feels kind of forced anyway. She would fit better with Kawahara than she does with us. But then again, so would, like, Kunisada would fit better with anybody than us. But I still kind of ship it a little because I like her. So, it could just be my, like, not particularly loving Carduceus that much. I don't hate her, but she's my least favorite. You know what I mean? She's a perfectly fine girl. It's just she's so moms us sometimes that it irritates me on a fundamental level. Like, you expect that from your mom, but I don't expect that from somebody who's basically my age. Like, holy fucking shit, simmer down. So, like, I just can't see wanting to fall in love with her. She's fine as a character. Like, you're fine as my sister and my friend and, like, my mom figure, but, like, I don't want to stick my dick in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but apparently we do, because we had that weird freaking... I forgot about that, and now it's haunting me again. Thanks a lot, brain. Fuck. Anyway.
Nothing.
We're gonna end up freaking in love with her in this route. I mean... We kind of started dating Artemura. I was surprised we didn't actually with Kazuki. I mean, Kazuki's route was more like, we're dealing with the weirdest fucking shit. I don't think we have time for romance. Like, we didn't really have time for romance in Artemura's either, but you know what I mean? We at least had spent more time with her up to that point. We're kind of like, with Kazuki, we said no words to her, so it's like, yes, we had a bonding moment, and maybe it could develop, but it's fine the way they left it. You know what I mean? Where you're like, it is where it is, and maybe now we're like, we've both together destroyed the world, so, like, I guess, you know what I mean? They didn't make it a factor, and you're like, I guess we're just friends still? I don't know. Which is fine. I like that. Leave it ambiguous. Because then you're like, if you ship them together, you can be like, I'm just going to pretend they were dating. Or if, otherwise, you're like, all right, we're just friends still. Cool, whatever. The end-all, be-all of the world is not dating. I mean, it's hard for me to wrap my head around that because we play Otome games, and that is the end-all, be-all. So, like, anyway. Weirdo. Yes, I am.
Oh, right. You got a raffle ticket at the last place we went to, right?
Yeah, come to think of it.
I think they're doing the raffle somewhere around here.
Normally I never paid attention to things, even if I got them. But Nono always did. Pay attention to the things, like raffle tickets, okay. She was always kind of like a housewife that way. See, and that's weird to be thinking about that at like 17, but okay.
Is that it?
I love her fucking froggy backpack. Yamazawa pointed to a small tent where a man was outside yelling.
Come on, let's go.
I'll pass. I never actually won one of those things. Oh no, I always used to, though. Oh. I remembered Sarika again.
Come on, don't be like that. Look, first prize is a brand new Pokécom, it says.
Nono had very clearly heard what I said. But she was talking like nothing was unusual at all. That made me feel a lot better. I mean, like, I guess in this, if we're going to romantic bond, it's going to be over our shared trauma. Which, again, I just feel like too much shared trauma. Like, you might want to have someone... Like, it's nice to have someone in your life that understands your trauma. You know? But it might also be nice to have someone in your life who doesn't also share that trauma, because that's a lot for you to deal with, and then you've got to deal with them dealing with their... and, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you need support, and you can't always get the support you need from someone who also needs as much support as you do. Like... It's like a, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's got their own issues. But, like, when we literally have a National Geographic-sized stack of issues, and Kurdusu also has that, like, we might as well be living in a fucking hoarder house, because that's just a lot of fucking issues. How are we gonna go through them? We're not. It's gonna be complicated. Find someone that's got slightly less issues than you, all I'm saying.
Thank you.
Oh, hey! You guys siblings? Yes.
Can you tell?
Well, y'all look like you're so close, so I sure can.
Hey, Takuru, he says we look like a family.
Yeah.
But that makes me happy, but also a little sad, maybe?
Huh? Okay, you get 4 draws in all.
Oh, sure. 4 draws means 1 for each of us. You're gonna help too, right, Takuru?
Fine. Sad. Why?
Because I'm in love with you, and I don't want to be a family. I want us to be a family. It's different. Oh, can I go first then? Yeah, go ahead. All right, here you go.
If we win, we're in a fucking delusion.
That's too bad. I wanted the portable game system that's second prize.
Those ones are set up so you can't win. You don't even know if there's actually a winner mixed in with the raffle.
Is that true, No? No, it's not. It's just not easy to win these. I'm happy with what I got, though.
No patted her 24 rolls of toilet paper and smiled. I mean, that's fucking useful. Not gonna lie. And last year, winning 24 rolls of toilet paper would be like winning the motherfucking lottery. I won $24 million. So what? I won 24 rolls of toilet paper, bitch. Good luck finding toilet paper with your 24 million. You're going to have to wipe your ass with that. I'm just saying, people really had a weird fucking pandemic freak out and like, we need to stock up on toilet paper. It's kind of like when the hurricanes are coming and shit, everyone stocks up on bread and milk. Why milk? When your power goes out, your milk's gonna go bad. Why do you stock up on milk? You're supposed to stock up on, like, water. Bread, sure, because you can eat that. Like, but milk? Are you having milk sandwiches? The fuck are you doing? You get shit that's like, you know, you don't need to, like, gonna get a bunch of canned food, but I only have a can opener that's like a electric one, and then the power goes on. How do I open my cans? Do I get the pop-top cans? Or you have an actual can opener that's not electric. Does anyone still have electric can openers? Like, that was like a huge thing for a while. It was like, oh, look at these fans, everyone's got an electric can opener, gets stuck onto the, and then now everyone's like, yeah, that's just an appliance that wastes space. And then I have to plug in instead of just taking the little hand one out of the drawer and just doing it. You know what I mean? It's like, anyway. I'm just, people are fuckered. There's a pig, let's get to sell it when the apocalypse never came at the end. 7. Hey, you won this though. I'm just saying that's how you're fucking okay. Buy it now. That's why for tissues, like toothbrushes, toothpaste, shit like that, so I have to buy it. It's like $5 on toilet paper. I can go spend $5 on something I want. Toilet paper. I'm smart like that. Zoe and you told her that night you used to cry or something. The trauma he'd experienced during the earthquake, the fear of dark. But ever since we'd that after he'd lost his first part of his duties, but it wasn't possible to get over a phobia just by working hard, because there's like 3 people sleeping in the same room as him. A lot of it was probably thanks to Nono. Nono had become more of a mother than ever. She was looking out for everyone. That's why Yuto and Yamazoe were able to smile.
Here, Takeru, you're having some of the cake we made in the rice cooker, right?
Oh, yeah.
You want a Mountain View, right? And Yuto wants milk, and Yuki wants tea.
Hey, Nono. When I said her name, she stopped what she was doing and turned around. And smiled.
You're gonna call me that again, huh?
Of course. Your name's Nono, after all.
Yeah.
The days passed peacefully. Why did I want to be special? I didn't need to be special. I didn't have to be special. Kurusu had always told me that, so why did I only notice now? How stupid had I been? Well, the thing is with that, you know what I mean? Like, you went through some trauma as a child. I mean, you were like, what, 11 or 12, right? And then, well, like 11, because if you're like 17, that was 6 years ago, right? So you did that trauma. Your parents always kind of treated you like crap and ignored you, whatever. So you had a shitty childhood, and then the earthquake happened. And then your parents basically, like, were murdered. But, like, they were always kind of like they didn't give a fuck about you. So, like, if your parents never gave a fuck about you when you spent your entire life nobody giving a shit about you, you'd be, I want to be special. I want people to pay attention to me. You know what I mean? If you had a decent childhood and your parents paid attention to you and, like, you had a happy childhood, you probably wouldn't have been like, I need to be special. You'd be like, I am special. My parents treat me like I'm special and I have friends and whatever, but you were basically raised to be a fucking weirdo. Like, so, like, of course you wanted to be special, and even though now you have a family around you, you're used to your family, you know what I mean? For the first 11 years of your life, your family was basically like, whatever, don't talk to you. So you made an imaginary friend. And a lot of little kids have imaginary friends, that's fine. The earthquake happened, your imaginary friend became real. Again, not really your fault, that's like the weird experiments, right? Kills your family, and then now is doing everything to make you special because for that first part of your life, you didn't feel special, you didn't feel wanted, you didn't feel like anybody gave a shit about you. You were an awkward, weird child, you didn't have any friends except for your imaginary one that now is real. And then all of a sudden you're in a coma for a while, and then when you wake up, you're there and you've got this adoptive family, but you're so used to your family ignores you and doesn't care about you, so, like, you have a hard time connecting with those people and, like, moving on, and you know what I mean? Like, you've spent your whole life, and even though, yes, it's been 6 years, and you'd think in that 6 years you would have realized that everybody here is there for you, they love you, they care about you. You spent more of your life being like, I need to be special, and I want to be amazing, like, nobody, and you know what I mean? Like, that's hard to habit to break in those formative years of your life. So, yeah, like, can kind of understand why we got to this place, and then we're like, now all this bad shit happened, and I realized I was stupid to want. Fuck. Yeah, well, you know, what are you gonna do? You made that wish, and you wanted that at 11 years old. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, Serica's just been, I mean, yes, it's been 6 years since then, and she started this now, but, you know, you should have gone to therapy later in your teenage years until now, so that maybe you got over this, like, need to be special and feel like, you know, everyone's going to abandon you kind of a thing, but, and, like, actually grown to trust the people around you that was your family for 6 years. But, you know, whatever. Nobody's perfect, you know. And our father was actually evil, but whatever, you know. So that's probably why I didn't get his therapy. Just saying. Anyway. You had been stupid, but it's understandable. Again, that's my whole point. Several more peaceful days passed. I feel like the shoe's gonna drop and we're either all, it's gonna be like happily ever after, living like a family, and we're like the mom and the dad of kids, and this is weird. Or like Serica's gonna come and stab us all. I don't really know how it's gonna go. Shinjo would contact me once in a while, but all he ever asked was if Serica had contacted me. That meant that the police hadn't found her either. I couldn't let my guard down, but nobody was capable of staying on edge 24 hours a day. And with everything that lay ahead of me, I couldn't live in fear of Serica forever. Yeah, it's going to be like 10 years later, that's when she's going to pop out of fucking nowhere and stab us. When we least expect it. I had some savings built up, but it wasn't enough for 4 people to subsist on forever. I checked the employment sites for a good part-time job. Customer service was out of the question. I mean, yeah. It's good to know your weaknesses and your limits. So is anything involving physical labor. Also good to know your weaknesses. Yeah. I looked for something that dealt with information, but of course, I couldn't find anything. Oh, never mind. That was Yamazoe's route. I'm like, didn't we get that job? Right, that was the other route. Never mind. Shit, what the hell? You'd think I'd remember that, but they're all starting to blend together. Part of me thought about asking Kunasato if she needed help with Shibuya News, but from the look of her apartment, she probably didn't have enough money to hire me either. Now wait. If we put more ads or something on the Shibuya News page and try to get some affiliate income... Suddenly there was a knock at the door. Takuru? Nona was in the center of the room, sewing something. She tensed up. Only a few people knew about this apartment. Or could it be Serica? She would have just busted in. Guns blazing. Dye sword swishing. Yeah, like that. I silently motioned for the others to gather in the corner of the room and softly went to the door and reached out for the knob. But before I could open it, the door flung open from the outside. It's Kunasato. Oh, nope, it's Arimura. Hey, what's up? Huh? Peeking through the door were Arimura and... Kazuki!
Arimura and Kazuki?
Oh, ciao. It's been a while, guys. What are you doing here?
Oh dear. Is that any way to talk to your friends when they've come to check on you after you stop coming to school and answering our messages?
Oh, no, there was a reason for that.
I see. So this is your love nest, huh?
Jesus Christ, Arimura. For somebody who makes fun of me for being a virgin, you really need to get laid or some shit, because you are the biggest fucking pervert out of all of us. Second biggest pervert, Ito takes the cake. But I'm just saying, Jesus fucking Christ. Actually, you know what? You might be tied with him. You might be tied with him, girl. I love you, but Jesus fucking Christ. Simmer down. Arimura grinned wickedly as she stared at the room.
Love nest? What are you talking about? We're a family.
Anyway, can I come in? I'm coming in. I do love her, though, but, like, girl. Jesus. Not everything is pervy. She came inside without waiting for an answer, or even taking her shoes off. She never did listen to what anybody had to say. She's adorable and kind of obnoxious. Kind of like her.
Come on in and relax, Hana. Make yourself feel at home.
Artemura, you should probably make yourself feel a little less at home.
Oh, don't worry about me. The cheap tea is fine.
This girl.
Anyway, this place is more of a crap hole than I expected. It's honestly kind of impressive.
At this point, I was wasting my time even trying to say anything.
I'm glad to see that Yuto and Yuki are doing well, too. It's been a while, ma'am.
Thank you. The two of them looked relieved to see the identities of our sudden visitors.
Sheesh, I'm glad to see you two haven't changed.
Nono must have been happy to see them because she had a big grin on her face.
How are things at school?
Nothing's changed except that you guys aren't there anymore. Right, Hana? And Sarika's not there, and Ito's not there, so the newspaper club's kind of fucking lame, by the way. No. And, like, if Artemura didn't join the newspaper club in this path, then it's basically just Kazuki. She's probably fine with that. She just plays her game. She's happy. I didn't really care about school, but Nono was the student council president. It must have been bothering her. Anyway, how'd you find out about this place? Oh, do you want to know? I bet you do. I've been trying to keep it a secret, so of course I did. Oh yeah, Shinjo. It turned out to be a simple matter. I mean, that was my guess. At first he said he didn't know. Is he ever gonna learn that he can't lie to me? So he'd had no choice but to tell her then. So you know about everything else?
Yeah, wow. Who would have thought she knew all about my ability and was able to fool me?
Enemy or not, I'm impressed. I knew instantly that she was talking about Sarika. Not saying the name was probably her way of trying to make me feel better. See, she's not totally insensitive. She knows. She just says shit to rile people up. She was more delicate in things like that than you might expect, because she'd spent so much time worrying about what other people were thinking. Anyway, it must suck living next to... There was a pounding on the wall before she could finish her sentence.
Be careful, the walls are as thin as they look, so she can hear everything you say.
I bet she can hear it because she's trying to, like she's holding a cup up against the wall or something. More pounding. Maybe Artemura was right.
Come on, Kazuki, don't pound the wall back. It's not a competition. Besides, you're gonna punch a fucking hole through the wall with how strong you are.
Just having the two of them here made this place feel like the club room. It's probably smaller than the club room, actually. Oh, right. As for the reason we're here today... Artemura suddenly stood up and left the room. Oh my god, they got us a kitten! Housewarming. Come on, Hana, help me! Now it was Kazuki's turn to disappear. The two of them carried a large object into the room.
Wait, this is from the club room.
It was the map we used to track the case. Why did you bring it all the way here? Hana said she was bringing it no matter what. Kazuki did? Oh, you're right, I sure fucking did, didn't I, maybe? Maybe I did, maybe not. Maybe. She said that ESO2 wasn't as much fun without you guys talking behind her. But you guys are coming to school, right? So we have to go to you guys, which means, from now on, this is the club room. How selfish could you be? Maybe someone else might let her get away with that, but...
Wait a second. We don't have room for that thing. Just look around.
See, the Empress wouldn't. But we've already brought it here, so it's yours now. Throw it out or do whatever you want with it. Nono sighed and shrugged her shoulders. She must have realized she was wasting her time. Kanai Artemura could be a very scary woman to deal with. Alright, since we got no objections, I'd like to declare this place an outpost for the Hekio Academy Newspaper Club. Artemura took out some Mountain View from the fridge and began to hand it to everyone. And she's wasting our food. We don't have money for this. I didn't even feel up to complaining anymore. Everyone, are you ready? I mean, how insensitive can you be with that? Like, I mean, I guess you wouldn't really think about it. You know what I mean? Like, she's not worried about money. Like, oh, I can afford, like, if everybody showed up at her house, oh, I could give everybody a drink. So then she's, like, passing out our drinks to everybody, and then she doesn't stop and think that, like, we are 4 orphaned orphans living in this shithole, as you said, was even more of a shithole than you expected it to be. And it doesn't occur to you that maybe we don't have the money for you to be drinking all of our fucking drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, get some tap water, okay? That's the best we can do. Everyone, are you ready? Kazuki applauded mechanically, a blank expression on her face. All right, cheers!
Cheers? Cheers?
Plastic bottles hitting each other didn't exactly make for a good toast. Clink! There you go.
What's wrong, Arimura?
So you and Miyashiro are sleeping together in the same room here each night, huh?
Don't make it sound weird. We're all living in the same room because we're a family, and you two and Yuki are here.
Poor Kazuki. She's joking. Kazuki must have found Arimura's words funny because she was holding her stomach and laughing. I never did understand her sense of humor. I see. So it's the 4 of you all in the same place. That sounds like fun. Hey, Hana, why don't we live here too? Huh? Our face looks horrified. Oh, God, no. What was she talking about? Listen, we're not living here because it's fun.
That's right, and there's no room for anybody else to live here. You barely fit 4 of us here, you asshole.
Really? We could probably find a place to sleep, and if we all live together, we could cut down on rent. For some reason, Kazuki was nodding rapidly in agreement. I feel like if we were all gonna live together, we could find at least an apartment that has a bedroom, and then we could get bunk beds. Just saying. But still... And what's more, look at this place! Arimura stood in the middle of the room and spun around, her arms outstretched like a stage actress. See? See what? Oh, you're so dense. Listen, there's 4 girls and 2 boys here right now. It's practically a harem for you, Miyashiro. Practically means it isn't, though. Hey, you guys. And now there's an extra girl. Now it's a harem. Kunasato burst through the door and screamed. I've told you before not to make so much goddamn noise. Oh, perfect timing. Why don't you join us? Join you? Oh, come on. You were listening, right? Why don't we all live together? Is your head filled with maggots or something? Why would I want to... You'd save on living expenses? She fell silent. Wait, was she seriously considering it? What kind of crazy town do we live in? We're all just gonna live in this room? Hell no. Why would I want to live with you people? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. See? She shot the idea right down. We're like, oh, thank God we don't live in Crazy Town. Anyway, no more noise. Any more and I'll jam electrodes in your brains. Kunasato slammed the door shut loud enough to bother the other neighbors. Didn't seem like she was joking. Really? She doesn't get when someone's joking. It's your own fault for making so much noise for no reason. How rude. I have a very good reason for... Oh. Actually, there was another reason we came here today. Arimura slapped her hands together as if she'd only just remembered. Want to go visit Ito in the hospital. We'd heard that Ito had been released, but I didn't know that he'd recovered enough to meet with people. He was still considered a person of interest in the case, so they were refusing most visitors, but Arimura said we could get Shinjo to let us in. For his part, Shinjo probably hoped that we could get some information from Ito. And if Arimura was there, we could tell if Ito was telling the truth. I wanted to know how Ito was doing, too. I can't lose both my best friends. We decided to have Yuto and Yamazoe stay with Momose while we were gone. She'd already taken care of Yamazoe before, so we knew it would be safe. We have a part-time mom in Momose. We have a part-time dad in Shinjo. He doesn't know it yet, but he's our part-time dad. Dad, I need your help. Why are you calling me dad? Because I don't have one, so I need to ask someone to be my dad. Shinjo's like, no. Okay, but anyway, so part-time dad, hey, cop daddy? Stop calling me that. But you're like my cop daddy, right? In the middle of the police station. Everyone's like, Shinjo, it's inappropriate. Look, Shinjo, if you want your boyfriend to show up at work, I mean, that's one thing, but, like, also, he's 17, Shinjo. That's crossing a line. That's not what he's talking about. Stop it! Everyone's a pervert in this game. Like, Shinjo, when did you have kids? I didn't! They won't stop following me. They're like little fluffy ducklings. They think I'm their mom now or something. I don't know. We're gonna adopt him as our dad, whether he likes it or not. Ito's room was on the top floor of the hospital. There were detectives stationed around the floor, but Shinjo must have sent word because they let us straight through. Poor Ito. Ito. Hey. Ito looked up at us from the bed and grinned, just a little. Miyashiro. Guys, you came to see me, huh? Yeah, I guess. How you doing? How am I doing? Not bad. Probably. I'd expected Ito to be barely conscious. But his color was good and he didn't seem to be in a lot of pain. But...
You're doing better than I thought. Oh, I brought you these. You can eat fruit, right?
Yeah, thanks. And that was nice of you. Felt like the energy that had made Ito himself had vanished. So, I started to talk and then fell silent. Like, they don't even show Ito's sprite anymore. They're like, he doesn't get a sprite. He's a sister murderer. That's rude. From what I'd heard, Ito had lost all of his memories of the incident. Oh, that's actually good. You know what, Ito? I'm glad. Like, it's going to be... Because it's hard enough for us to deal with this, knowing that he was mind-controlled and it wasn't really him doing it. But, like, for him to have to... He's got to live with the knowledge of what he did, but have to live with the memories of what he did when he was being controlled would just be worse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not innocent, but he is. It's a weird gray area. I wanted to see if that was true, but how'd I ask? You're here about Yui, right? Do you remember? A little. Cops told me what happened. I couldn't tell if he was smiling or crying. He's grimacing. He's like, trying to smile because it hurts. I'm sorry. If I'd been able to protect her, maybe Yui would have survived. Huh?
Ito, what do you mean she might have survived?
I mean, she was killed right in front of me, wasn't she? What was going on? I'm sorry. I really don't remember what happened over the past few weeks. It's like, sounds like something you'd hear in a movie. And it's like everything's shrouded in fog. To be honest, I don't even know what I'm doing here. So they didn't tell him. I looked at Artemura. They didn't tell him he killed her. They wanted to see. But it was weird because, you know, cops in America would be like, you fucking killed her! You did it, didn't you? Yes, you did! You did it! And they would berate you until you're like, fine, just leave me alone. I don't even know what you want me to say. What? And then you don't know what ends up. And you'd be like, they forced to confess. I mean, he wrote it down. I don't know. I mean, yeah, we beat him with the chair, but, like, he still said he did it. Whatever. Like, the cops here are like, she would have survived. You saw her murdered? You were there when she was murdered, right? Yeah, okay, no, but you didn't. No, you didn't do it. Then they're like, he's innocent. What? They didn't even ask question? What is going on here? It's a little weird. She nodded silently. That meant he was telling the truth. Which is good, because maybe they were like, what happened that night? And he's like, blah, 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 you don't remember being killed? You don't remember being there? Like, and if it was Shinjo and Kunasato involved, I could see them being like, he was obviously mind-controlled. Let's not tell him he did it, because he obviously doesn't remember, and that would be traumatic. So they're like, yeah, you were there when she was murdered. Oh, you don't remember any of that? okay, it's fine. It's okay. It's all right, buddy. Don't worry about it. Like, instead of being like, you did it! You were being mind controlled, though. Well, I guess it was a kind of a nice thing that they did, but it is kind of weird. Suddenly, Ito looked around the room in surprise. Huh? Wait, where's Onoi? Oh. I thought it was kind of quiet. Guess that's because she's not here. Something happened? Yeah, so she's a murderer. Do we tell him that? I think we should. I think we should tell him that. Oh, well.
She's stuck at school, she said.
Sounds just like her. She said to say hello. I see. Well, sorry I didn't get a chance to see her, but tell her to come by sometime. Hospital room's the most boring place in the world. If he didn't remember, there was no need to force him to. No, but we could just sit there and be like, oh, Sarika's on the run from the law because she actually pulled all those murders, and she's the one who murdered Yui. So if you see her, which you won't, because at some point he's going to get out of this hospital and he's going to find out the truth. You think. Because, like, that's the thing, too. So, luckily, his name hasn't been released. So when he gets out, he'll just be like, oh, I was in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. No one will know that he was arrested, possibly as a suspect. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't even remember it. So, like, it's almost better that it's like, okay, he doesn't remember. He was mind controlled. And then he does, you know what I mean? Like, but it's still weird. This poor, he's like, what the hell is happening? Like, and then they're like, Sarika's just at school. Yeah. And then he's going to get out and be like, where is Sarika? I haven't seen her in 2 years. Where is she? Oh, yeah. So about that. Like, also, she was a figment of my imagination that I made real. Well, that's pretty cool. We wanted to be special. We are really special.
Ito?
Sorry. I tried to remember things and I guess it tired me out. Or I wonder if that was it too, because, well, when he tried to remember who, like, told him to kill Yui, remember there was, like, a weird haze and, like, it deleted his memory, you know, and he, like, his brain almost exploded, in the main route. So I'm wondering if that's kind of like the thing too, like, once you kill her, blah, blah, then you're just gonna forget, and now he's like, I don't remember anything because they wiped his memory on purpose. It was like one of those subliminal, like, you're gonna go kill Yui, and then you're gonna forget everything.
I see. We should go then.
Sorry to make you come all this way. Why are there cops outside my room? You think he'd ask. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Ito sank down into the bed and smiled at us weakly as we left the room. Unfortunately, it was true that he didn't remember anything. No, he hadn't just forgotten. He'd replaced the bad memories with ones that were better for him. But he was a victim too, in a way. Yeah. It wasn't right to blame him and force him to confront the truth. See, I mean, that I kind of get you there. Like, you want to hate him and be angry, but this is not even like you took the drugs that made you go crazy and stab my sister. It was someone leapt into your brain and was controlling your body like a puppet. Your hands may have physically killed Yui. You had nothing to do with it. Your body was there, but your brain and everything that makes you wasn't. Like, someone taking over your body, you know? That's the kind of horrifying thing, though. When they have all those sci-fi movies or any movies like that where it's like body snatching people and you're like, but, or like Quantum Leap. Sure, but like now I've got to live with the repercussions of the shit that you just did, Sam Beckett. Right? Man, I miss that show though. But like, he always had to fix things, but then you're like, there was always some kind of weird, embarrassing shenanigans. Sure, it seems embarrassing for him at the time. Haha, it's so embarrassing for him. And then he leaves and that person's there and is like, I mean, technically, I think the way they wrote that show was like that person is like in the void and is like, okay, hanging out with Al, knows what's going on, you know what I mean? So, like, I think they know what's going on, so when they pop back in their body, they're not like, what the fuck just happened? Not like Ito. The fuck just happened in the last few weeks? What? Or all of us right now? The fuck happened to 2020? What? Wait, huh? We're like, we know, but we don't? At least that's better than just being totally clueless, you know? I don't know. Anyway. I felt conflicted about it, though. I mean, naturally. Would Nono and I ever truly be able to be friends with him again? That's the question. Like, and then Ito's not going to understand why you can't be friends with him anymore. Why you can't look at him. I wondered about that as I headed for home. Nothing happened for the next 2 days. Sarika was still leaving us alone. This is the weird thing about if something's going to happen, have it happen already. Because like this, everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Either it's going to end with everything being fine and there was no point for this route, or something's going to happen. Fucking let it happen. Like, this is like the blandest route. Like, it might be time for me to head back to school. But with Yuto and Yamazoe to worry about, maybe it was still too soon. Maybe they should go back to school too. And then she showed up again. Oh, Sarika? Okay, see, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, Arimura. Ciao, guys! Oh! Ukichi? Yutochi? Oh. I was like, Yuki and Yuto. Well, it's technically her name's Uki, but I've been calling her Yuki because it's just easier. Uki is really hard. Like, I don't know why. I just like, huh? But anyway. Hey there! Yutochi?
Ciao?
Ciao. She'd won Yuto and Yamazoe over too. They seem like shocked though. So, what are you doing here today? Well, aren't you just a bundle of sunshine today? I told you the other day, didn't I? This place is now the Hekio Academy Newspaper Club's outpost. The corkboard was already situated behind us. I couldn't see it from here, but I would if I looked around. It made the whole place feel cramped. I'm letting the club members do their own thing for a while, so there's no need for you to be here. And you're in the literature club anyway, aren't you? I've been hoping I could put the writing skills I developed in the literature club to use here, and I'm here on an errand. You should be thanking me, not getting mad. Artemura puffed out her chest proudly. An errand? Unfortunately, it's not for you. It's for Kurtusu.
For me? What is it?
I don't know, but Kawahara said to give this to you.
Kawahara did?
Just as Nono took a stack of handouts from Artemura, her phone began to ring. She looked at the screen and ignored it. I didn't intend to look, but from where I was sitting, I caught a glimpse of it. It was Kawahara, the person we were just talking about. I'm gonna need you to stop. You've been being good today. Don't start now. Don't you start now. No. You're sitting in your cage. If you want attention, you come out. You don't just scream. Don't be a jerk. You've been nice today. Don't start being an asshole now. I don't want to listen to it. Get your butt out here and play if you want. You sure you don't want to answer that?
I'll call him back later.
It might be about the student council, though. Hi, what you doing, Demon Bird? What you doing, Tiny Terratots? Hi.
I've spoken with the rest of the members and everything's going smoothly. It's fine.
Hi. What did he want then? See, like, you have to talk to him when he's being nice, because then he doesn't scream.
Yeah, you're trying to get Mr. Neelix's attention, but he doesn't want to play. He's curled up in my neck.
You could come over. You come over here, too. Come on. I'm not that far away from you. Come on, Tiny Terratots. Come on over here. Come on, buddy. Come on. Nono's phone rang again.
Come on.
Come here. You're so close. You walk to the edge of the couch. Come here. Come on. He's got like a radius. Like, he'll go to the couch and he'll go to like the little side table that's by the window. But like, if he actually sits on my shoulder, if I go over to the cage and Neelix is on me and he jumps on me, if I start to kind of walk away and I get past the couch, he's like flies away. He doesn't want to be away. So like now he's sitting on the edge of the couch, like staring at me.
What if I scoot back here? What if I... No, okay, never mind. I was coming back here because I was going to sit further away from the TV so I'd be closer and then you could come fly over. Come here. Come here, buddy.
And at the same time, there was a knock on the door. Ooh, I almost fell off my ball. If that was Kawahara on the phone, who was at the door? Kawahara. I knew you're ignoring me. Was it Sarika?
Hey, stop. Be nice. Chikuru.
Tension filled the room. With the phone ringing, we couldn't pretend that no one was here. Should we answer or not? I moved my bouncy ball back, and now it's in a weird... The air is sitting in it weird, but just as I finally decided to stand up and answer it... Kurusu, you're in there, right? It's me, Kawahara. Open up! It was Kawahara, the boy who was calling on the phone. He's like, I can hear your phone ringing. Fucking Kunisato's gonna come in and punch him in the face. Sorry to just barge over like this, but I thought that it was the only way I'd get to see you. Kawahara bowed as he came inside.
Was that phone call...
I didn't want you pretending not to be here. I felt bad, but I decided to check. In a cheap apartment like this, you could hear the phone ringing from the hallway. He must have figured that out. I was gonna say, my apartment is not cheap, but you can still fucking hear shit. So, like, you could hear me blinking out the door. The doors aren't, like, made of paper. But why did he have to go through all this trouble? Maybe Sarika was controlling him just like she'd done with Ito. Either way, it'd be best to be careful. You've probably already figured it out, but I asked Arimura to bring you those papers so I could find out where you lived. I'm sorry. You have a mansion, right? Could we just stay in, like, one of the rooms? You'll never even know we're there. What? You did? Now wait a second! Was I followed? She evidently hadn't noticed. I whispered in her ear. Hey, can't you tell when someone's lying? He just told me to take these to her. That's not a lie. What a useless power.
Kawahara, why did you do all this?
Nono glanced at Yuto and Yamazoe, who were shaking in fear in a corner of the room. Why else? Because you're not coming to school. I mean, he is worried about... He's not a bad person. We don't like... He doesn't particularly like us, and we don't particularly like him, but, like... You know, and he's a little pretentious, but, like... He cares about Kurusu. They've been friends for a long time, and he actually wasn't a total dick to us during the festival thing. You know what I mean? Like... So...
I told you about that. I'm really busy right now.
I know you're busy, but you can't stay at home forever. I mean, he's not wrong. But also, shut up, Kawahara. Yes, I can stay at home forever. Leave me alone.
I've got my reasons.
Reasons? If you've got reasons, then tell me.
That's...
She fell silent. She certainly couldn't tell him that Sarika might be after her life. Is it something you can't tell me?
I'm sorry.
It's not because of him, is it? Oh. Kawahara looked at me. I see. So it is him, isn't it? He got you caught up in something again. That's why you can't come to school, right? Right? Actually... True. Shut up! Oh, no! I wanted to say something back, but I couldn't, because it's kind of true. I thought he was going to be like, did he get you pregnant? Hey, whoa! I appreciate that you think that highly of me. It was partially my fault, after all. Sarika had done all this because she thought it would make me happy. Which meant that the reason we were stuck here was my fault. Hey, Miyashiro, I told you not to get Kurusu caught up in your crap. Well...
No, Kawahara. It's not Takuru's fault.
Then why can't you come to school?
Because of my family, so it's none of your...
Family? You call them your family, but they're not your real family, are they? Wow, okay, I take back saying that you were actually not a bad person. That is harsh. They are our family. Just because we weren't born to them doesn't mean they're not our family, you dick. He deserves a slap, Kurusu. Wow. I could see Yuto freeze in the corner of the room. Like, how dare you? Family is not blood. That's not what makes a family, Kawahara. Dick. Jesus. Someone's a bigger dick than I am in this game, and that's you! Yamazoe was next to him, rubbing him gently on the back. Kawahara hadn't noticed the change that had overtaken the rest of the room. He was still talking. Miyashiro, these other people you're living with, you're all just playing at being a pretend family, right? And anyway, I've known you for longer than any of them.
Stop it!
We've always been together ever since we were kids. You, me, and Minamasawa. Wow, he's acting like Sarika right now. We've always been together, why? Ever since then, I've always loved you. Oh, he's just jealous.
What?
I mean, I kind of knew. Didn't we kind of know that he was like in love with her? It's not like a thing we've known since the very beginning. Another shockwave went through the room. It was a sudden confession of love. Like, we'll all just leave you two lovebirds alone. Of course, even I knew that Kawahara was in love with Nono. But I didn't expect him to say it in front of so many people. Even Arimura was stunned into silence, which is saying something. I'll say it again, Kurusu.
Stop it, Kawahara. We can talk about this some other time.
No, there are witnesses here, and I want to say this in front of them. I love you, Kurusu.
Kawahara...
Why do you look so upset? Oh, she doesn't love you. That's so sad. Like, I mean, aside from this, they're not your real family thing. I mean, I might have liked you before that, but now I'm like, I kind of feel bad that she's going to, like, dump him. Because, like, she's going to be in love with us. But, like, you're better off with him. You both have ambition. And no, I'm going to live in that trailer for the rest of my life, which is totally fine with me. And I just, yeah, I mean, until he said the family comment. Like, maybe he needs to take that back. But
because...
You knew I liked you, right?
Well...
When we were younger, I always wanted to be alone with you. Even Minamisawa was in the way. I wished she would just disappear. Oh my god. You know, you're just digging yourself into a bigger hole. It was like, you're kind of a dick. And then it's like, you know, he's maybe not so bad. And then he comes here and you're like, he just cares about her. And like, whatever. And then he says the family thing and you're like, maybe you should take that back. I wanted Minamisawa to disappear. Okay, you know what? You're becoming unredeemable. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt, but like, shit, yo. But you always took pity on her. Wherever you went, Senri was with you. Do you know how much I wanted her to go away? Nono's face twisted in pain. It must have hurt to hear him talk about her friend like this. I mean, after what he just said about her family? Yeah, she's totally in love with you, Nabu. Okay. Normally, Kawahara would have picked up on that. But after coming out in front of so many people and saying that he liked her, blood must have rushed to his head. He just hates us so much and is so jealous of everyone. Her family, everything. He's saying the worst fucking shit. Bro. There ain't no coming back from this. You went the wrong way on a one-way street, motherfucker. I finally thought I was rid of her. And now you're telling me you've got a family? What the hell? You don't have a family? Like, no parents? Nothing? I know so much more about you than Miyashiro. I understand you. Dude, we're siblings? What are you? What? Come on, Kurusu. Yeah, not the way to win her heart. Kawahara looked straight into Nono's eyes. I could see that his eyes were a little bloodshot. I'll say it again. I love you. You love me too, don't you? Nono glanced around the room, looking upset as everyone watched in silence. Finally, she frowned and bit her lip.
I'm happy you feel that way, Kawahara.
Then...
But I'm sorry. I don't love you back. And even if I was considering loving you back, because like I might have before, you basically just told me you hated Senri and she was my best friend and meant the world to me. And you basically tell me that my family means fucking shit to you. And like, gross. It's not the way to a girl's heart. You also didn't bring fucking cookies. So like, 3 strikes.
Why? Kawahara's voice rose in anger. He's gonna punch me for this, thanks. Why? Is it Miyashiro? What is it about him that you like? Whoa! I'm her brother, dude!
That's the problem.
Huh?
He's my little brother. Do you think anyone in the world likes it when you insult their little brother?
Thank you! Okay, she and I are on the same page. We like siblings. He's not your brother. He's a stranger.
But to me, he's part of my family.
No.
It's the same with her. Senri, I wasn't with her out of pity. She was my friend. And she's dead now. How can you talk like that about a friend of yours that died?
Yeah, I mean, seriously. A family, you're just like, oh, they're not your blood relatives. So? You're better than my blood relatives. Well, Kurusu might have had a good family childhood. I don't know. Kawahara looked like he was about to say something, but then he closed his mouth in frustration. Like, yeah, you ain't coming back from this, buddy. You literally just got hit head on. You just... Deer in headlights, you're gone.
Please, just leave.
Kurusu.
Please, leave. Calm down a bit. I'm sure that when you do, you'll be back to being the Kawahara I know.
Like, she's actually giving. She's not gonna hold a grudge. Girl, she's a better person than I am, then. Fine, I'll leave for now. He headed for the door. Damn it! And smashed it shut as he cursed. The tension drained from the room, and I could finally take a breath.
I'm sorry about that, everyone. That must have really scared you, huh, Yuto? I'm glad you told him no, big sis, no. I don't think I like him either.
Like, I mean, he wasn't a bad person until he basically said, this isn't your fucking family, they're just trash. Huh? Rude. Artemura's basically our family too, we just don't want her to live here. Same with Kazuki. We'd let them live here, but there's not enough room. But it didn't seem like Kawahara was very popular. Not that I didn't know why.
Takuru, I should apologize to you too.
No, I'm used to it.
Yeah, oh, I know. I'll make some tea. Let's try and cheer up a little.
The tiny room was soon filled with the scent of British tea, and peace finally returned. Except... Artemura? What's wrong?
Nothing.
Artemura would sometimes look at Nono as if she was thinking about something. And then the next day... Man, this room is so cold. Don't you guys have a heater? Hey, why are you still here? I told you! It's part of our club! You don't seem to be doing anything newspaper club related, though. That's because you're not giving us any instructions, club president. I told you, I'm letting people do their own thing for a while. What? But without instructions, poor little Hinai doesn't know what to do. I wanted to punch her. I wanted to punch her right then and there.
I don't see the problem. We're always bored all the time anyway, right?
Then we should go back to school. And we should send the children back to school. See, Kurusu gets it even if you don't. Oh, wow, these cookies are good. Artemura was already digging into the tea and cookies that Nono had made. I don't have the money to supplement you two. Is this Okara?
Oh, you can tell? Someone gave me some Okara, so I tried it out.
Choo-choo. Well, that's Kazuki. Choo-choo. We got a chew with an accent. That was not her accent. That was weird.
It makes me happy, though. Takuru never understands that stuff.
Understanding that stuff has nothing to do with information. Knowledge needs to be used for other purposes.
Right, I get it.
Artemura grinned as she watched us.
What?
Wow, you two look just like a couple. Stop it! I'm her little brother, don't you dare. Don't be stupid. We're family, so it's normal.
And that's right, we're family.
Family, huh? Choo-choo.
What?
Nah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, there was something I wanted to ask you two today. That's why I came here. All that wasted time and now this. If she wanted something, she should have said so. Kurusu, you were friends with that girl named Senri Minamisawa, right?
Huh?
I leaned forward, surprised to be hearing that name now. You remember, you were talking about it yesterday, right? So I was wondering about it.
Yeah, we used to play all the time at elementary school. It was us two and Kawahara.
So what was she like?
Why are you asking this?
No reason. I was just a little curious. I was curious, too, because she picks up, you know what I mean? So she picked up on something. Senri Minamisawa was the girl we'd seen in A.H. Tokyo General Hospital when I was a kid. The one we'd left behind. Because we know when Kurusu was like, I saw her die! And Artemura was like, no, she didn't. I'd always thought that she might be the killer, but now I know that I was wrong. I'd only seen her for an instant, but she'd had a huge effect on my life. Thinking back, it was strange that I hadn't asked about her before. Choo-choo! Kazuki must have been interested too, because she was leaning forward and listening intently.
Senri was a very quiet girl. She didn't like crowds and didn't really play with the other kids. But she was really nice.
I see. So tell me about her family?
Well, I'm sorry. I don't really know a lot about her family. Can we stop talking about this?
Senri is Serica. Is both imaginary friends. But you were friends, right?
Well, friends don't normally know that much about each other's families, do they?
Didn't you say that was weird that I didn't know Serica's family? I'm just saying.
Anyway, I have to get dinner ready.
Oh, my apologies. My journalist blood got the better of me. Journalist blood? Never written a news story in her life. Anyway, we don't want to stay too long and be a bother. We'll be heading home. Oh, crap on a cracker. I was just enjoying these cookies, though, aren't I? Sometimes I gotta throw in something, so when you hear the and the oh, you know it's Kazuki. I'm just saying. Arima grabbed Kazuki's hand just before she could take another cookie, then stood up. Walk us home, Miyashiro. Huh? Why me? The killer hasn't been caught yet, right? No real right-sider would let two defenseless girls go home alone in those conditions. That's got nothing to do with being a right-sider. Okay, we're going to borrow Miyashiro for a little. See you around! Wait, I still didn't say I... Take a hint, idiot. Kazuki kicks us in the ass. Anyway, so... She wants to tell us about the whole... And so we did all of this, and it was like a lot of nothing happening, and now we're going to get into the Senri stuff is going to come out. So it's probably going to be several hours. At least now things are starting to happen, as opposed to before, like, most of this part where, like, we're just going about our daily life, and this is like, is something gonna happen? What is going on here? Nothing happened for days. Several days later, still nothing had happened. Still nothing had happened. And then, nothing happened again. Like, yeah. But maybe things are gonna start happening, I don't know, but anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.